Last example for this lesson is going to be simplifying your rational expressions again, but I thought we'd better do this because there's a couple times where you guys just need a little practice doing a difference of squares here, and also where we need a little bit of practice with your trinomial where a is greater than 1. So the top is a difference of squares, which means we can factor that into an m plus and an m minus. And so since those are perfect squares, 1 times 1 gives you a 1. Now the bottom, we have this number 2 out front. So we're going to actually have to multiply 2 times the negative 1. So that's going to give us negative 2. So you need factors of negative 2 that add up to a negative 1. So you have negative 1 and 2, or 1 and negative 2. And the numbers that actually work here would end up being 1 and negative 2. Now you don't just say m plus 1 and m minus 2 because of your 2 here in the front. So we're actually going to factor this out as 2m squared. Remember, you bring down the first term, you bring down the last term, and your middle one is what gets split up. This negative 1m gets split up into these two numbers. So you'd have a plus 1m minus 2m. And so if we have four terms can be factored by using grouping. So I'm going to group the first two together and I can take out an m. You're left with a 2m plus 1. Then I can group the last two together and take out a negative 1. And that gives us 2m plus 1 here also. So that gives us m minus 1 times a 2m plus 1. That goes on the denominator of your expression. And you're going to notice that you will be able to cancel a couple terms. Those would be your m minus 1s. Now don't get caught up in your canceling. Be real excited and see this m plus 1, this 2m plus 1. Cancel your m plus 1, that m plus 1, just leave your 2. That's not possible. So your final answer just ends up being m plus 1 over 2m plus 1. And now you're done. I hope you enjoyed this lesson on simplifying your rational expressions by factoring. Everybody loves factoring.